And we're live. Look at that. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hello, one and all, everybody near, far, close, and distant. I want to introduce you and welcome you, each and every one of you, to the FlyEd on the Wall podcast. I think I can still hear an echo, but I don't know why. But if you guys are not hearing me clearly, let me know, and I'll see what I can do about it on the next episode. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very special episode. As you can see, I am in a Halloween mask. I have a makeup on that one of them doesn't want to come off. We're still there and we're still in the Halloween mood and we're still celebrating. This is a very special episode. Why do I say so? It's going to be full of riveting conversation with very interesting people. And I hope they can all join me today and we'll talk about so many things that you guys will enjoy. So I'm going to take off the mask now. I will go ahead, introduce myself. I will introduce my guests. And as they join, I'll introduce the rest of them. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the FlyEd on the Wall podcast. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Prince Dr. Chukwemeka Edward Atede, and your friends, my friends, they call me Eddy4Shot's. It is hot under this mask. I do not want to wear that for the entirety of the show, but my skin is breaking down on the right side. I wear this hoodie just to keep it covered so it doesn't look so distracting, so to speak. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me pull in my guest. I have very special guest with me today, which is awesome. I can't wait for them to come online and talk to us about so many things. My gimbal is acting up, so I'll just let it do his own thing. For now, let me go ahead and introduce my guest. Boom. We have 4 people. It's actually 2 people, but I'm going to take my other cameras off for that. All right, and I'm going to make it like a 2-person show for now. It's a front and front. As the other people add, I'll get the other vantage points. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce my guest. He's a very good friend of mine. We've known each other for more than 10 years now, at least. And it's been amazing to know him. I will let him introduce himself. Please go ahead.
So thank you so much, Eddie, I'm really honored to be here, and I think let me just correct you first. It's not 10 years. We know each other more than now. You can say what 2010. Now it's 14. So it's like almost 15 years going to be.
That is true.
So yes, sir. I am Dr. Mudassar Amin. So I've done my studies from Ukraine. I was a groupmate of Eddie, and we have known each other for a so long time. And I have pursued my MD, and then I have pursued my master's diploma in orthopedics and traumatology from the best country ever that has been created in the world is Ukraine. And yeah, I am from India. I live in India. I've been working in India for the last 5 years, not in the orthopedics industry, but in the pharma industry actually. So I've taken experience, gained experience as in the ambulance, as an emergency physician, as a clinical assistant in the COVID. Then now I've changed it to the pharma industry as an RMA. So I'm working for an MNC and I stay in Mumbai right now. So I love meeting people, uh, making food, and just be simple as Eddie.
Wow. You are an amazing person, Mr. Dr. Amin. This is, I'm going to write down all the things you said because all those accolades that came after your name, they need introduction, each and every one of them. We're going to go from the food industry, we're going to go to the, how will I say, the networking, we're going to go to the pharmacy, we're going to go to the hospital, we're going to go to the caregiving, all the way to the end of life. And I'm going to cite a few epic things that happened this past month that I think you might be interested in too. All right. All
Looking
right.
forward to it.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Yes.
Just don't
So
make
let's
it too
start with the
complicated for me.
simple. Okay. We're going to start with the simple. And then we go wide to the complex. All right. You've introduced
Correct.
yourself. You've told us who you are. You've told us what you do. Where are you? You say you're in India, right? Which part of India are you in?
So I'm
Are
right
you?
now at the western side of India, the western zone, specifically in Mumbai. Uh, Mumbai is much more popular than if I say Maharashtra, right? Maharashtra is a state, and right now I'm in the city of Mumbai. So right now the time is, I can say, what is the time? Even I don't remember. You see, it's 8:50. I've been talking to you, so I didn't notice the time. So it's 8:50 p.m. right now here in
Okay.
India, and it's pretty, pretty warm because in Mumbai the weather is pretty humid.
Okay. Really? Well, that's very nice. So it says around like 9 p.m.
Correct. Yes, 9 p.m.
Yes,
Around 9 p.m.
9 p.m. So right now over here is 11:19. So 9:19 over there. That's a good almost 10-hour difference. So
Correct.
me, I'm just waking up in the morning. Like okay, quote unquote waking up. I've been up since like 3 a.m. But wait, I'm just waking up, and you are almost going to bed. So what does that tell you about the Earth?
So I'll say, like, it's not me who is going to bed. It's the, like, most of the people of India, they are going to bed. Uh, I'm a night owl. I don't sleep early. I sleep like around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. So I just, I think it's just fun, is because the habit has come from Ukraine, I guess, because we used to go out from the hostel, we used to meet friends, we
Yeah,
used to have food, and we used to have studies also because of the exams and all. So I think that habit has never gone down. It's the same. And yes,
yeah,
it's amazing, like meeting two, like, it's like, we are connected with two different zones, like so far from each other, and the internet has completely changed that part.
hmm,
So I think it's an awesome thing, and meeting you and talking to you after such a long time, it's only a
after
blessing, man.
14 years. 14 years. That is epic. I can't even explain to you how awesome that is.
Right.
I'm going to go on to the next part. Let's see if I can change the view. You guys are seeing me from the corner right now. I
Yes.
have an what do you call it? A gimbal, an AI gimbal, right? So
Okay.
the gimbal allows me to basically walk away and still be in frame.
Oh, that's wonderful. I never knew about that part.
So I don't need a cameraman. So this is my setup, my humble setup. I have two monitors, I have two laptops, one monitor, and a TV. The TV is not working right now. I don't know why, but I'm going to try to fix it in a few minutes as the other guests come. So I want you to use this opportunity to tell us about. Yes, you went to medicine and we went to school together. What were the interesting things about Ukraine, and what were the things that you found not so interesting?
So if I say, like, in that way, the interesting part, yes, there is nothing that goes uninteresting in Ukraine. That from 2008 till 2018, the period I've spent a decade in Ukraine, yes, from my MD in general medicine, then did my ortho master's diploma, yes. So I think there was not a single time that I found anything unpleasant about Ukraine. So it is very difficult to say, if you ask me that I don't like, it is very difficult to, like, explain that part. So yes, from the first day, because I studied in Ukraine, like, for in two universities. One was the Kremen State Medical University, that was in Simferopol. So I started my education from there only, 2008 in eight, and I studied there like around 2 years, and then in 2010 I came to Ternopil. So, from the first day, because it was in November when I came, 2008 November, and it was very, very cold. It was snowing. And, my father, like, he's a doctor, yes, so what he told you, you should not go in a suit. So when I when I landed in Ukraine, so we went from Delhi to Moscow to Simferopol, yes.
Mm.
So
Ah.
it was a very different experience. when you land in Ukraine with only a simple suit and it was snowing and the temperature goes minus 15 degrees.
Wow.
So
Let me
yes,
use this opportunity. I see we have a guest that just got joined us. While you heard that, I still want to come back to that story. That's amazing. Uh, Let me know if you guys are hearing an echo. Okay, if there's, as long as there's no echo, we'll be fine. Is there echo?
no.
Carlton, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. No echo.
Excellent. A mic check is great. Allow me to introduce myself once again. My name is Prince, Dr. Chukwemeka Edward Atede, Anyawuna Waro Hawan of Abugu. But your friends and my friends, they call me Eddy4Shot's. And you're welcome to the Flight on the Wall podcast. This is the Flight on the Wall podcast. Why? Because I like insects and I like things that are awesome. And I like to be a fly on the wall in
Mm.
important conversations. I'm meeting awesome people. I've talked to a few awesome people. You are part of those awesome people. And I know one day people are going to look back on this podcast as an awesome show. So one thing I want to do today is for you to introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, where you're from, who, what, when, where, how. Pretty much. All right. I'll give admin an opportunity to reintroduce himself. I have another guest who is joining us as well. Oh, perfect. So perfect timing. Let me do this all again. uh, welcome each and every one of you. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Prince Dr. Chukwemeka Edward Atede Anyawuna Waroha one of Abugu. But your friends, my friends, they call me Eddy4Shot's, and it's a pleasure to have you on the other side of the listening wave. Today on the Flight on the Wall podcast, as you can see, it's a one special event where you can have multiple guests at the same time showing up on time, which is very, very rare. So great. Let's make this happen. Ladies and gentlemen, lady and gentlemen, I would like you all to introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from. Tell us how you know who I am. Tell us what the podcast is bringing to you and what do you think the topic is today. Before I even introduce the topic, no, I've not said anything. I've carefully kept the topic away from everybody so that we can talk about it in depth. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, please go ahead and introduce yourself. Yeah, I guess we'll go ladies first.
Hi everyone. Good evening.
Good
I'm
evening.
Ify. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say, but I've known Emeka for a very long time. I'm sorry, I'm battling with flu and
Mm.
cramps, so I'm a bit
Well,
sick.
the
But
lady.
then I've known Emeka for a very long time. It's been over 10 years now since we've
Mm.
known each other. Yeah, but this is my first time on the show. It's nice to meet everyone here.
Welcome to the show. As a matter of fact, we have the three guests we have today are first time on the show. So this is like very cool. We have three
Mm.
guests who are the first timers coming up on the show at the same time. So marvelous timing. I appreciate you guys for coming up on time. I'll go ahead and say, Carlton, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Carlton Reid, and I'm a videographer, or I'm starting a videography business. And but right, I met Eddie at a company called SiteSafe. I was the compliance writer. He was the actually I forgot his role, but he was the scheduler actually. He was the scheduler, and he
Project.
always made everyone laugh and smile, and so yeah, I mean that's how I met Eddie, and we stayed in touch.
An honor. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. And Dr. Madi, could you go ahead and introduce yourself?
So nice to meet you all. My name is Mudassar Amin. So I'm from India. I stay in Mumbai right now, and I've known Eddie, Dr. Edward, for the last almost 15 years now, and because we have been group mates, and that's how I've known him. And we have cherished so many memories together. So that's all about me. We'll get to know more. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you, each and every one of you for coming on the show. This is awesome. We have not much time. I don't know how much time you guys have to spare, but the topic of today is from cheese to space travel.
Mm. Mm.
Okay.
So almost everything.
Jeez.
Mm.
Cheese to
Cheese. I
space
think I just
travel.
triggered somebody on this show.
I see what you did there.
Cheese and
Yeah,
space
yeah,
I'm
travel.
probably
yeah.
like the
So
biggest. I'm probably like the biggest cheese hater in the world. But yeah, carry on.
let's go. Okay, I like this. I like this. We're getting into the heat of the conversation already without even touching it yet. This is good. We're talking about string cheese. There's a lot of strings attached.
Yeah.
All right,
I think
ladies
I'll
and
be loving the
gentlemen,
topic
and
because
those
being a foodie, I love this part. Cheese, food, it's really interesting, you know.
okay,
You get to explore a lot of stuff.
I agree. Carlton, what do you think about cheese?
Mm. It's a good addition to a sandwich. I don't know what else to say because I'm still thinking of space. How that connects.
I love this already. So,
Mm.
how does cheese connect to space? Hmm? All right. What is the one thing that when you look up, you know it's in space?
Oh,
Moon,
the moon.
What does the moon sometimes look like?
cheese.
Cheese. Okay. Okay.
Cheese.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
that's
Swiss
true
cheese, actually,
too.
if you say so.
Okay, okay. That might be too simple for some people. So let's make
Oh
it a
no.
little complex.
Hmm.
Mm.
So is it about perception of? Is it about perception of how we view the world, um, or how similar? How cheese? How we how we can see things that we can't even touch as we relate to them through just cheese or cheese like a moon or something like that.
I like the way your brain is going. That is what we look for on this show. Like we look for your brain to branch out and see the different intricacies of cheese and other topics that we talk about. So, good, good, good. I should write that down. Intricacies of cheese. All right, I'll give you another point. What do we also know or associate the word cheese with? I'll
Mhm.
give you a hint.
The money,
Excellent.
Mm.
Don't you need money for space travel?
right?
You could go on a vacation now. What's his name? Albert, not Albert.
Mm.
The guy has he's the owner of Virgin Atlantic, or Virgin, the plane company. What's his name? Richard Branson. Sir Richard Branson. You can get a seat on his show or on his flight for $250,000, I think, and above. So you can actually do a space travel right now in our time with
Okay,
cheese. Okay,
that's interesting.
so cheese links us to space, links us to food. So it's both internal and external. So now, my question to you, my beautiful guest, you've introduced yourself, you've told us who you are, you've told us how you met me, you told us what links us together, which is amazing. For those that did not hear, they can always scroll back and come back in. My guest went offline. Let me see if I can get her back in. Welcome back. There you are. All right.
Mm. Yeah.
You hear me?
Thank
Hear me?
you.
Kristen? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so give me 1 second. Let me see if I can get this thing working perfectly. Mirror. That's 3. I'm gonna switch this TV real quick.
Mm.
On the sound. Boom. So you can see you from there. And I am sweating, so I'm gonna turn this on to myself. All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. There's no echo in there. Oh, I got a like. Do you see that? All right. So the podcast is live now, and we are basically almost 20 minutes into it. But I want you to use this opportunity to just let your mind flow and tell me what is it? What does cheese mean to you? What has cheese done to trigger you? What has cheese impacted in your life? And I can see she's eager to go. So please,
So,
I will let the lady of the house have the floor. Are you ready?
okay, so cheese has done nothing to trigger me. I just feel like it should be illegal. That's what I think. I don't think cheese tastes nice. I feel like it's the worst thing I've ever eaten. I stopped myself from eating pizza because of cheese. Like every kind of, and you know the thing is, I used to live in a country that had up to 20 different kinds of cheese. Halloumi, this, that, all of that, and every single one, it was just no. No, no, thank you. No, it is terrible. So till now, I still don't know why so many things have cheese in them. Every time I order a burger, I have to write it on the note. No cheese, please. Like I would really have a serious issue with the restaurant if they actually give me cheese. I'll request for something else, and I'm like, I'm not paying for the other one. Yeah, because you shouldn't. Why do you guys eat cheese? Why? It's just bad and terrible. It doesn't even taste nice. Yo, no, it didn't give. I'm sorry. It's not doing it for me. So it's not that it triggers me. I just don't know why it's a food. It shouldn't even be a food in first place.
Mm.
That's just what I think. Yeah.
Okay,
Anything that
that's
looks like
nice.
cheese, smell like cheese, feel like cheese. I don't know if it's the texture, is it the taste? It's just something about it that is just no way for me. That's just it. That's just about it. Nothing
Uh,
Wow.
more.
uh, that's a very spirited, like view on cheese, if I can say so. It's a very spirited view on cheese. It should not exist. Why is it a food? Why does it
Yeah.
smell the way it does? Why does it feel the way it does? Cheese for some people,
Why
as
does
we
it
can see.
taste the way it does? Yeah.
So let me know then. Carton, you on the opposite spectrum because I did hear you say that you put cheese on food. So you know the people.
Right. I mean, I didn't know I would meet the you're the first cheese hater I've ever met. Um, but I I don't know. It rounds out a sandwich, you know. And I like cheese, and I don't know. It's just good. Like you put in lasagna, ricotta cheese. You put it in a burger.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much else to say except everyone has their own palate. For me, I'm allergic. I'm actually allergic to salmon. So I'm and nuts. So I've forgotten the taste of nuts. So people can go without of maybe an ingredient. Not that they're miss they may be missing out, but not too much.
Okay, okay. And I mean, what's your Dr. I mean, what's your view on cheese?
So I think I am completely opposite to Odunze. I'm really sorry for that because like see I'll tell you like what happened like a few years back, around 10 years back. Once I was watching some. I used to love cheese a lot that time, yes, and I watched something and it really creeped me out because it was so disgusting with the cheese and all. I stopped eating cheese for the next 5 years.
Wow.
Hmm.
And yes, I could not even see a video that
Exactly.
will have cheese or something. I feel like pukish. I'll be like nauseated completely. But
Oh.
eventually, I
Yeah.
have developed my palate, and now I'm again fond of cheese.
Mm. Okay, so you came
Wow.
back
So
around.
Mm-mm.
yes, are you a vegan or didn't say? Are you a vegan or you are only not
I've,
fond of
s- I've,
cheese?
s- I, I'm Nigerian. The last thing I'll ever be is vegan. Like all we eat is meat. Like all we eat is meat, milk, all this dairy things. And then like I usually like to watch food videos because I like to cook. And there's this page. I'm always like, wow, oh my god, the food. And then unfortunately, they just have to put cheese on it. It's like every American food that tastes nice sadly has cheese. Why? I'm like, come on. The process was already nice, the tomatoes, this, that, and then bam, here comes cheese. I'm like, guys, please
So
give it
like
a rest. Like, can
since
we
when you
give
have
it a
the
rest?
Sorry, what did you
since when
say?
you have the enmity with the cheese? Since when the cheese becomes the enemy of your life?
From the first time I tasted it, and then people would say, "Oh, okay, just try the mozzarella," and then I tried. I'm like, "No." Okay, just try yellow cheese, and I'm like, "No." Okay, just try. Every single time I've given it a chance, it was just terrible. It made me feel even more worse. There was this time I had pizza and it was warm. And I wanted to just try pizza because it's warm, and when you see the pictures of how slimy it is. And I remember how nauseous I felt. I was so nauseous because the smell of the warm cheese and everything. I'm like, oh my God,
So
no,
do you
no,
just take the cheese off the
no.
pizza?
How do you do
I
that?
literally
Yes. How do
scrape
you
it
do
off.
that?
I
So
literally
you scrub up the
scrape
pizza
it off.
actually.
I
Without
take,
you can't
I
have
take,
pizza without cheese.
I see, that's extra. I take the pepperoni out. I take them one by one. I take the
Okay.
vegetables out, and then I scrape the cheese out of the pizza.
Hmm.
That's
Oh
how
my
I have to
god.
eat it. So I
Please
always
don't
have to
order
wait
pizza.
for it to get a bit. I have to wait for it to get cold so I can do that. I can't eat a
Oh my
pizza
god.
warm.
That
Cold
is
Yeah.
pizza.
that's really extreme.
I'm very sure there are people that are watching this podcast now that are
No.
just
You have taken
right
away,
away.
you have taken away the
What's
life of
wrong
pizza.
Oh my goodness.
And someone
That
was
is so
telling me,
funny.
just don't order pizza. I'm like, but I want to. I just can't eat it. So if someone could maybe come up with something that has no cheese pizza, that would be so amazing because I'll
Maybe you can
definitely keep that
try maybe you
business
can try
running.
paratha. Paratha has no cheese.
What did you say?
Mm,
You can try what?
The paratha, yes, paratha. That's the Indian bread, but it's not like chapati. Yes, it is made with butter, and you can stuff
mm-hmm.
your veggies or meat, and then you can make that.
Yeah.
So it's like a better version of you can have that one. You can just look into online. Yes, you can make, even you can make it easily
Yeah.
because chapati is a
There are
very
actually
common.
so many alternatives.
Yes, yes. I
Mm-hmm.
think then you should go for paratha instead of pizza. Please don't kill pizza.
Yeah. I,
Okay.
I
So
You can
right,
get
some
breadsticks and
yeah.
marinara sauce from the store, I think. Maybe because I think that's what you're eating. You're just eating a bread and sauce at that point.
Correct.
did you say get marinara sauce from the just bread and you soak it in stew and it's pretty much the same thing. Like yeah, it's pizza, it's pita bread. But yeah, you're right.
I think
So
Adi, as Aduns has told, she is not fond of cheese. It is becoming a podcast of roasting her somehow.
oh god.
Hmm.
Uh, all right, perfect, perfect. So, Cassie, I want you guys that are using the portrait mode camera. Could you turn it like this and
Oh,
see?
sure. Let's see.
Remove like you have to unlock your phone, of course, if it's locked in
Yeah, I had
the.
to. Where am I gonna put this? Oh gosh.
Oh, guys, see? Oh, good, great. Look at that. We have better view of you. We have you in the background. Perfect, marvelous. I can see your face better now, and we can get a much in-depth view of this because we're about to transit, right? We want to see how cheese
Mm.
has led us to space travel. There are uses of cheese that we know, right? We use it for eating. Oh, this is another guest that's supposed to be on the show. He is extremely late. Hello, Lawrence. Welcome to the show. Hello, welcome to the show. Can you hear us? Oh God, you are live, Lawrence.
Oh, 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 that's good.
Yeah, so welcome to the show.
I can say, yeah, I'm from attending the workshop.
Come again?
Yeah, it was all tech and everything.
Oh, you went to the workshop already? You're supposed to come and tell us about that on the show. Can you join the show? I'm going to send you a link.
Send me the link.
All right, incoming.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, on the show, this show is very, very fluid. We could have guests from all over the world joining us. I want us to use the opportunity to just remind the viewers where we are at. Like, I am here in Laurel, Maryland, USA. I guess we could go ladies first.
Okay.
Eddie,
I'm in
I
Abuja,
think you've sent the
Nigeria.
link to me
Let's
by
the link,
mistake.
Lawrence. Join in.
Okay. Let me do just that right now.
Yes, go ahead. What did you say? If you sorry, I forgot to hear you.
I said I'm in
Hello.
Abuja, Nigeria.
Thank you
Yeah.
kindly. You, Carlton.
I'm in Virginia in the U.S. Woodbridge,
Okay.
Virginia.
Welcome. Welcome. And you, sir? What about you, sir? Hello. Amin, can you hear me?
Yes, yeah. I thought you were talking to some other person, so I thought maybe you were talking to your next guest. So I'm in Mumbai right
No,
now.
he's not yet here yet. So as soon as he hops in, I'm just stalling like a little bit of time so we can get in everybody in the show. Because this is the amount, this is everybody that's going to be. There's uh,
Mhm.
Lawrence, what is going on? Hello, Lawrence.
Okay. The link.
Yeah, did you get it?
No.
I think you
I
have sent
sent
the
it to
link to
your
me by
WhatsApp.
mistake.
Check your WhatsApp.
No, I haven't gotten any link today. But
Oh,
send
sorry.
it,
I,
please.
I sent it to Amin by mistake. I apologize. That's my bad. All right. You
No
should get
problem.
you
No
should get
problem,
it
bro.
right
We
now.
got you.
All right. Perfect.
Okay.
So
Send me the link. I join in.
yeah, so it's the link has been sent to you now.
Okay. Then let me cut the code and join in properly.
All right, perfect. Sounds good. Waiting for you
Okay.
there. All right. So while we wait for him to join in, I just want to use the opportunity to like remind our guests that we are live and we are also in, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitch, on Twitter, on TikTok, you name it. Look for Eddy4Shot, EDDY number 4 SHOT. And if you guys would like to tell people where to find you, you guys, I'm very sure you guys have things that you are doing that you want to share with the world. This is a very good platform and a very good time to do so. If you would like to go. Ladies
Okay,
first.
yeah. So I'm a digital marketer currently. I'm a digital marketer, but I studied psychology. I'm not practicing right now yet, but I'm really good with marketing, especially online. My Instagram handle is Ify Odunze, IFYYODUNZE. My Twitter is a little bit controversial. You might not agree with a lot of things I say, but that's fine. It's the same as my Instagram, Ify Odunze. Yeah,
All right, I
so
put it in the
that's it.
chat so that you guys can look at it. Uh, I put the name in the chat so you
Yeah.
guys can check it out. It's in the chat. You see if you're doing it. Let me know if it's correct. You can also write in the chat if you guys are on live to see if you guys can check out her Instagram. She's letting you guys know about that. And going ahead, let's go ahead to
Yeah.
introduce my next guest. Yes. Is there a platform you would like to show up or tell people about while he's still connecting? Carlton, the third.
Oh, me. Okay. Um, I was just making sure I didn't step on anyone.
No, of course not.
Right now, I used to work as a I studied philosophy in college, and then for the past 2 years I worked as an HR consultant for a small business. But then I said, I want to start my own business, and so
Yes.
about actually 2 months ago, I started a small business called Meek Earth Studios, and it's actually I have a website. It's Meek MEEK Earth.co or co, and my goal with making my goal for videography is to tell stories about people who don't get their story told. Um, in the right now, I have a opportunity to record I have an opportunity to work with an artist who paints veterans, and so I'm really excited about that. I'm flying down to South Carolina, and we'll see how it goes. And yeah, I think God's really blessed me, and I'm just really excited for what else will come my way.
Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Thank you for that. I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate you. And what about you, Dr. Me?
So right now I'm working in the pharma industry and in an MNC as an RMA, or you can say as an MSL, in the therapeutic area of
You're
thyroid.
using all these, sorry
Specifically,
to cut you short, sir. You're using all these acronyms. We don't know the acronyms or what they
oh,
mean.
sorry, I'm sorry. So I'm working right now in the pharma industry as in the medical affairs division, where have to deal with the research part as an regional medical advisor or the medical scientific liaison. So I'm working for the MNC right now. So as for the social media, I'm not on Instagram or Snapchat or any other Facebook. What I've used before, I'm there only. Like I don't have anything else. So I live a very pretty simple life. I believe uh, I don't get. I'm not so much entertaining in that part.
Well, you save yourself a lot of grief because there's so much trash online in terms of content and brain rot. I think that's cool.
Yes, yes, yeah, absolutely. I was before on Instagram and FB or uh, other platforms, but eventually it became so creepy, and like things have become like a trash on, like you, even though you don't want to see something, it will come on the status, yeah, on the reels it will come. So eventually I have turned off all those things, so I don't get into that part. So I try to keep myself away. I love reading books, like
Hmm.
novels. That really helps me a lot, and I love cooking. So I make my small cooking videos, but for only for myself. So it really
So
helps
where
me
do
a
you
lot.
post your cooking videos?
I'm not so because I see like you have so much skill in that, but I'm not so much well skilled in that to make that video, like a pro. So I just keep it very simple for my mother, for my wife, and that's it. Like sometimes I just enjoy that part.
This is how the topic of the show can help you out. Cheese, is very interesting because it's also a lubricant and there's money in videography. What we're doing right now, we're making a podcast, we're making a way to teach people how to talk, how to communicate, how to express their ideas, learn things that they didn't know before, learn things about you, learn things about me, learn things about around the world, time zones, different way of speaking, different way of thinking. This podcast is like a branch for all of that, right? And
Correct.
how can I link cheese to your farm business, right? You are into poultry now, you said, right? And you have farming. Do you do any animal husbandry?
Are you talking to me or
Yes, sir.
no? No, I don't have. I'm not into farming. No, no, not farming or no poultry. I said I am in the pharma industry, and then except that
Oh,
I just make food
farmer.
videos. Pharma, yes, pharma industry, the pharmaceutical industry.
Gotcha. Is you see, forgive me for
It's
hearing
okay.
the wrong thing because when I heard farm industry, I immediately thought farm industry, right? So this is the problem I did not hear. I apologize for that. That's my
It's
that's my
okay.
fault. Yes, but pharma industry. That's if you use abbreviation, it sounds like something else entirely. Yeah, that's probably why. So the pharma industry gives you the ability to learn more things about helping the body, right? So, what can you
Correct.
tell us from the pharma industry or the pharmaceutical industry to help someone like Ify now? I know she probably has to run. She had something she had to do around this time.
Oh yeah, she dipped.
Yes, that we mentioned that in the text, in the
Yeah,
messages.
yes.
Yeah, she had to go.
So she had to go. I know that this will help her if she goes back to watch it later. Later on she'll come back on the
Hmm.
show to check on the video when it's live because it's on the live. I'm going to move it into like a video program. One thing, what can you help her with in terms of her dietary option? Because she seems to want to actually eat the cheese. She's tried a bunch of cheese, right?
Hmm.
And so someone like her who wants to eat cheese and doesn't have the ability to, what can you tell her from the pharma industry that can help her? And Carlton, even from the videography industry, what can you think will help her from your own field to help her to want to eat cheese?
Carlton, you can go first.
Okay, I yeah, I think it. Thank you, Dr. Maddie. I think maybe it's not so much that she wants to eat cheese as much as the world, this cheese is in so much food that her options shrink, and for her palate and just options to buy, like scraping the cheese off of pizza. I don't know if I could do that every day. Well, not every day, every week or something, or like taking cheese off of, and a lot of cheese is baked into the dish, and so maybe she's trying to taste new food, but she's trying to find the right cheese, so maybe then she can put cheese in everything.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't have much I don't have much advice from a videography standpoint, but I think it's I think it's interesting that um, that there's so many different people and types of palettes, and yeah.
Okay. Well, I think I can help you out in the videography part of it. Perhaps maybe if she's not seeing the stringiness of the cheese. Like she did mention that, like she watches the video when they pull it up and it makes her everything. So maybe perhaps they can show her a different type of video about how cheese is used in other kinds of ways,
Mm,
where that might help her to see cheese differently, right?
mm. Yeah, it could be a mini doc, and you can make it about Anthony Bourdain. He traveled the world talking to people. You can say, hey, you can make or maybe a podcast or some kind of interview thing around cheese, and say, hey, and go around the world, and people can give their 5 cents or give their input, and then maybe that will help get her more used to cheese. I don't know.
Okay. Great addition. Yes. I was getting what messages. Okay. Yeah. Great. Oh, she's texting me now. Okay. Sure. No problem. Join back when you can.
Dr. Maddie, what about you? How would you solve it?
So, what I think, Carlton, that I believe, like, for example, someone else who has not tried something at the very first place. For example, as she told, she had tried cheese when, at a very young age, and she didn't like it. So I think maybe that first taste has changed her whole perspective of that product or that food part. Yes.
Mm,
So if she would have had the best way of that, that best taste of that cheese, any particular that she has, like she had in the past, yes, maybe I think that would have been a better opportunity. For example, if you get a mutton, like you eat meat, yes.
mhm,
So if I give you a mutton that like or a beef product that is one is not so much properly cooked and one is really like the best way of being cooked, and it's your first time, obviously it will change the whole perspective of you eating or trying that whole product in the coming time. So I
mm,
think that makes a big difference. And as what I also believe as a right now you see all the videos that comes around on YouTube Reels or Shorts. This is what we say, like YouTube Shorts or Insta Reels or any other platform. So that all that because when before as a cook, yes, when I make something, I think the food has to look nice first. If
mm.
the food is not looking nice, even though it tastes very good, my eyes will not, will not, my brain will not feel comfortable, to take that bite. For
So
example, a pizza, yes,
blindfold.
we have thin crust pizza and thick crust pizza and all that pizza, yes, but we don't know what is actually the thick crust pizza. But if it looks really good, although the taste is very bad, but still I will go for the first bite.
Mm,
So I think the look of the food and then the taste of the food really change anyone's perspective. That's how a videography can change a lot of things. Like as Eddie told, like you can show the best, like the good part and the negative part. And right now it completely depends. Like all the creators, content creators, what they do, like you've seen on YouTube, sometimes they just make so much of stuff that like they're making one small cheese slice and they'll put like 1 kilogram of like too much of product that is like complete waste and it doesn't look nice also. So I believe that really helps, that can really change anybody's
mm.
perspective of how to start a new recipe or a new food product. That's what I think.
Mm.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for sharing that in-depth knowledge from your part of the world and how you guys think and see and feel the world and try to help somebody on this show. So this is great. I help somebody live on the show. It's very rare, but I know for sure this will go ahead to help people in the future. Um, Now let us move on to one of the most fascinating things that happened. That one of the most amazing things that cheese could get us, technically speaking, for cheese in the monetary aspect. Right?
Mm.
I want to bring our attention to the earth. Right? I have
Mm.
props here. Yeah? It's good to have props because then you can like explain better what's going on. So thank God we have a globe because then we can actually point out where our guests are. Um, I'm in North America here, somewhere in DC. Okay. Ifi was in Abuja, somewhere in Nigeria,
Oh
middle here,
wow.
somewhere. Yeah. Carlton, you were in Virginia. Let's go
So
back. Sorry, I should have said you next, right? I had to fly double the journey. Forgive me. I should have just you are like right next door to me. Yes, with Virginia, I could have gone around the world. Yeah, either way. So we have Dr.
India.
Madi, who is over here in India. I hope I got it correctly. I'm literally looking at this
Yes.
in backwards. So Mumbai is like I don't know
At the
if
west
Mumbai.
side.
Which side, left or right?
Right. On your right. Yes.
This is
mm.
Yes.
somewhere here,
About
right?
that
Okay.
side. Yes. On
Yeah,
the
so
coastal
that's
side.
where he is. So on this globe, we are all located at this moment, and that's why we can have different time zones. Like Dr. Madi is right now in the dark. Um, Miss Doze was in the night time or evening time, and I'm here in the daytime with Mr. Carlton as well. Right? So it's amazing how we are all on this world experiencing different time and each having a different slice of cheese, so to speak.
Mm.
Okay? And one of the most amazing things that happened on our own piece of cheese last month was that Elon Musk launched a rocket that separated, right? And the bottom part came back and landed and was cut with a tweezer.
Mm.
That's the same thing you do with cheese. Like you use the cheese, you use chopsticks to pick up cheese and to draw. And this guy was able to do the same thing with a rocket in space. Now, I'm not going to pull cheese now. We're going towards space travel now because that's where we are at. We have gotten to understand how the globe is different and has different time zones. I would like to go into more in-depth topic about orbital mechanics in a later show, in a more technically invested show. But for this show about space travel, what do you guys know happened in space travel in the last month that will advance us closer to the cheese that is the moon?
I think I just know about uh, Sunita Williams, like whose space exploration has been extended, has been extending actually. If you see, other than that, I'm not aware of anything else right now.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. How about you, Carton?
Hmm. Um, I guess I no, I haven't been keeping up. But the main thing I remember, like you said, is the rocket catch. Um, rocket catch. uh,
That doesn't
um,
sound very cool. I don't know, right? Like it's like they caught a rocket, guys. That's like a first ever. You happen to live in an era. Look, people have driven cars. People have broken world records. People have, have run a mile fast. Usain Bolt was the last person that broke a record, right? You are living in an era where a new thing is a thing.
yeah, I
It's like
guess. Oh, sorry.
go ahead, no, go ahead, go
No,
ahead.
no,
Please just
you're the host. I interrupted you.
forgive me if you have something that you. No, no, I can't talk right now. You have something you want to say? Please go ahead.
Well, I was just thinking, with the rocket that reattached to one of its thrusters or whatever it's called. I I think I think our world is rapidly advancing, but not a lot of it. It reminds me of like Tesla robots and AI, and we're making so much progress, but are we? We're I think from what I know, we're having will it get to a point where it's too fast for us to regulate it,
Mm.
and will we be? We're already our own worst enemy in terms of global warming, but I don't know, the next 50 years, it's hard to it's hard to think about or envision what replace what AI will do, what will replace writers, what careers will disappear, because throughout history careers have disappeared. Like, I don't think I've ever heard of a jester. Actually, no, we have comedians, but
Comedians are the new age
yeah.
jester.
Well, yeah, I guess maybe our world, maybe what we see now will what we have now will just look different. But will it be ethical? Will it be, because we have China and Russia? They I don't think they care about how they use AI or how they use their resources, and so it'd be interesting to see how we respond, because China. It's I mean I This is off topic, but China, they their economy's not doing well, and when there's a lot of criticism, and they have local government debt to deal with because of the way they finance through land. I don't know, it just feels like the world is going to change really quickly, and when it does change. And so, yeah, it's interesting. And going back to cheese, um
Go
um
ahead. Sure.
I don't know, going back to cheese, maybe cheese will save the world. I don't know.
I like
I have
that.
no
Maybe
idea.
cheese will save the world. Maybe. It's making some lady in Nigeria feel uncomfortable just from hearing the word and listening and hearing about it. But you believe maybe cheese will save the world. I'll write that down. Maybe cheese will save the
Maybe.
world.
Or maybe AI will come up with some new cheeses. Maybe that Ify will like. Like,
Yeah, maybe AI can come up with a new recipe of cheese that she might like. You know, in the pharmaceutical industry, I think like if you are working with AI, you can come up with new drugs. Correct?
Correct. Correct. I absolutely agree with you. But right now, what's happening? Even all these multinational companies, even they are not uh, going into the AI support so much. They still believe the human brain has much more capability compared to the AI, because what happens when you use too much help of the AI is, for example, I'll tell you one example that what how we work in our MNCs. So, for example, if a doctor or a doctor needs a PPTS on a topic of hypothyroidism or something, yes. So I think I've seen both ways. Where I have made a PPT on hypothyroidism based on my skills, and
Mm,
I've made a PPT, based on the AI as well. Although the work amount that you use, when I make my own PPT, it takes around 3 to 4 hours, because I still try to learn, all those technical part and all. But with the AI, what happens? You get a frame of that whole PPT, whether it's 10 slides, 20 or 30 slides. If you know the right way of communication with the AI, yes, if you know what you need, it will give you that whole framework with the information in 2 minutes. And then when you have to make that whole framework in that format of PPT, it will take only half an hour. So it's completely, what I understood, that AI is helpful, but if you are dependent on AI too much, eventually you will be destroyed.
mm,
Your own skills will be destroyed, and you will be of no use. As I don't know the name of the person who actually, who's known as the father of the AI. Even he has told in many interviews that you have to stay away, and you have to take less and less dependency on AI. So, I think, and as Carlton has just said, like right now the innovation has gone so much. But what I believe, even though we have reached in that era where the innovations are happening, new records are being created, yes. But if you go again at the very basic level, yes. For the, as we know, we have upper class, middle class, and lower class, yes. If you see, the upper class is big, being the upper class, and the middle class is also growing, yes. But all these innovations are not actually having any impact on the lower class. If you talk about a taxi driver in Kenya, Nigeria, yes, or US, or you talk about a taxi driver in India also, it is not helping. It is the basic amount of money that they are receiving. They were used to receive 10 years back. It's still the same, and the expenses have increased so much. So I really don't understand how the innovations in this space are actually going to benefit the lower class people who actually need the most, benefits out of all of these things. So I'm still figuring out, how it is an advantage to someone who needs it more than anyone else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Can I
agree with you. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Oh, I was gonna ask Dr. Maddie, you live in India, and I've read a bit about the caste system and how I think Brahmins are at the top, and then at the bottom are untouchables. Um,
Correct.
um, so because I think AI is so if I'm a farmer or if I'm someone at the lower end of the caste, what would you like to see happen with AI? How do you think AI could maybe improve social mobility?
So that's a very interesting question
That's a
actually.
great
Thank you so
question.
much. Yes, but the thing is that in India, see, everywhere we know that there are people who really want to change, and there are people who have been in that ladder, that upper ladder, yes, that through they have been enjoying
Mm,
for the past hundred decades, like the family system. So they have no interest in that. If you see right now in the past, what you have seen so many. It's not only about farmers, yes, because the farmers they're doing suicides,
mm,
and the number is not decreasing. It is actually increasing because you know why? The government is not so much fond of the farmers or the lower caste, except the voting ability. Yes, they just take
mm,
them as the voting part. And
mm,
what happens? The AI will not have that much of difference until and unless they get the ability of the education.
mm,
If somebody who is an from the unprivileged family, yes, or like a rickshaw puller, yes,
mhm,
he or she is earning in the whole month, you can say $50 in a month. fifty
mm,
dollars they're earning $50 only. So, and somebody who is, for example, you know, who has 10 lands, yes, and he has 100 farmers, he is earning around, you can say, 100,000 K, $100,000 in a
mm,
same month. But the advantage, he or she, that rickshaw puller or the farmer will not get that, because even if they want to send their children to the school, yes,
mm,
the system will not allow. The system will make sure that the only those who are privileged they get it. Either they have to get it by the highest rank on the examination. They have to pull the merit list and all of those, because in India it is still very difficult to make and understand what people really want to and how they really want to help, because what happens at the end is the privilege will get the privilege, yes, and
mm,
the one who has no money, he or she will end up suffering only.
mm,
So AI will not make a big change, because someone who is using a smartphone, yes, in a room where there is no light, or they are barely charging that one phone,
mhm,
how you think AI will make a difference to that person, where he or she has to feed two or three people in that $50, like
mm,
feed them, give them clothes, get a house, like shelter on their um, family. Yes, it is very difficult to manage that part, and things right now in India it is getting very very difficult.
mm.
So I
Yes.
think it will not have the impact in the coming 100 years. It will take at least 100 years to reach that level where we can say AI can actually help the unprivileged.
Mm.
Beautiful, beautiful, marvelous conversation from you, gentlemen. I want to continue this, but I know but the higher ups are probably going to say, "Hey, Eddie, keep it to less than an hour. Give it less than an hour." But we just crossed the hour mark now. Ladies and gentlemen, I do right now. We just the gentlemen that are here. We love. Oh, speaking of which, hello, welcome to the show, Mr. Latecomer.
Welcome.
Welcome.
How are we?
Yes, yes.
I hope you can get me
Yeah,
loud and clear.
Oh my
we
God,
can
this
hear you
fellow is
loud
like,
and
he's
clear.
always late. He's late only.
Always late. Always late. Oh yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy, but we still have to get it going. I
yeah.
had a last minute conference I was supposed to attend. The guy went on so long because he's in love with tech, just like me and everyone else here.
Well, I'm glad that
But I'm
you
glad I
made
made
it
it.
eventually.
Yeah,
We are
lovely
glad
to
you
see
made
all
it
your
eventually.
faces.
Yes,
That's
why
what
can't we see your
matters.
face?
Where are you,
Okay, hold on
Lawrence?
one second.
First of all,
I am walking. Okay, so that's me right there. I'm taking a walk I'm leaving town right now. Yeah, so on the fly as usual.
yes, welcome. We appreciate you for
Yeah,
joining
Lovely
us.
to meet you again.
It's
Could you
nice to
do
meet
us a
you.
lovely
favor
to
and
be here
turn
with you people.
could you do us a favor and turn your camera to landscape mode?
I'm already on the landscape mode only.
No, not you. I mean, not you, Dr. Amin. Lawrence, could you turn your
Yeah.
phone to landscape?
Oh no.
I think he's walking
Unlock it
down to the
Oh
first.
street.
no.
Won't be possible for him maybe.
Unlock it first. Unlock
Okay,
your.
okay, that's orientation I can get right now.
All right, that's fine. I guess because you're walking on the street, it's not going to work. But I'm
Right.
glad that you are here. I'm glad you could join us. Lawrence,
Yeah,
welcome
so
to
I'm
the
taking a
show.
walk. There I
Yes,
am, right in the center. So quiet and noisy at the same time.
yes. So I'm glad you can you hear us very well?
Yeah, loud and clear, Edward. Good job on the setup.
Thank you kindly. I appreciate that. I've been working on the speaker. We had a
Yeah.
little bit of an issue in the beginning of the show, but I'm glad we took care of it. Yes. So, welcome to the show. This is the Pride on the Wall podcast. For those who are just joining us, we have a new guest who just joined us last minute. We were about to wrap up this intriguing conversation of from cheese to space travel. And we've reached all parts of this conversation except for the space travel. We've not touched a lot of it in it. So I was going to save that for the part two of this conversation, which we'll take a break and come back for. But since Lawrence has joined us, I guess we can
Okay.
just power through it. Give us your idea. Tell us first of all, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. I'm very sure you know you recognize one of the people on the show today.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
and then we
I'm
have our
Okay,
Lawrence.
house,
so
I guess.
my name's Lawrence Nyambe. Right now I'm in Zambia, Lusaka. Founder of Entity Inc. and Partners. Yeah, so I'm into tech right now. Very seriously into tech, in love with tech. Uh, I can say my specialty is ICT, information communication technology technician, you can say. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's me for now. And back to you guys.
Thank you, gentlemen. If you would like to reintroduce yourself, my name is Prince Dr. Chukwemeka Edward Atede. Anyamuna Waro Hawan of Abugo, but your friends and my friends call me Eddy4Shot's. If you'd like to reintroduce yourself, tell us who you are, where you're from, where you're at, what you're doing, and what we get to know. Some fun fact about you.
Hi, Lawrence. I'm Carlton Reid, and I'm a videographer. Or I started a small business for videography about 2 months ago. It's called Meek Earth Studios, and my website is called Meek or MEE. Or so let me start. MEEK Earth.co. And so it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, it's good to meet. I'm done. I just wanted to say I'm glad I got to meet you, Lawrence. And yeah.
Nice to meet you too, bro.
Hi Lawrence, I'm Dr. Amin. So I am
I
from
remember this place. Yo, bro, where are you?
I'm in here right now in Mumbai.
Really?
Yes.
How is Mumbai? I just have to visit that place one day.
Yes, you're most welcome. Please come.
Yeah.
Mumbai is
By the way,
right now.
we do
Mumbai
have a small
Mumbai is very
Mumbai here in
very
Zambia.
humid. Ah, you're in Zambia.
We have a small Mumbai in Zambia. Trust me.
Okay, okay. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Mm.
I love the food.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes, you will come. I'll make food. I'll make for food for you guys. You please come. Be my guest. You will love the food.
I would
All
love
of
to
you.
come. I'll
I'll
come.
love the
I'll
food. I'll get
glad
married
to
and
come.
I'll get married there just for the food, bruh.
Yes, please
Yeah.
come get married. But I tell you, you wanna have good food. You must go back to Ukraine. Ukraine is the best food that you can have.
If you to
Nothing
stop
beats
with
Oh,
food or
nothing
expect me
beats
there.
Ukraine. Nothing beats Ukraine. Not even Indians in food.
Okay. Okay. That I'll agree on. But it's so lovely to see all your faces again. Wow. Such a long
Yes, yes,
time.
indeed.
Such a long
Yes,
time,
I think it's
everybody.
been more than 10 years. We have seen each other like
at
I
least
think we have
14
seen each
years.
other again after 10 years only.
Yeah. Wow.
At least
My
14
heart
years.
is already in Mumbai right now.
Yes, please come.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. At least 14. But
All
anyway,
right.
speaking of, there is something out of there's something wrong with this picture. Not wrong, but I'm the only one on the movie, people.
Yes, because you chose to be on the move. But the cool thing about this podcast is you can join it from anywhere in the world. Someone is in their bed,
As
someone is
usual,
in the car, someone is in his office or a bathroom.
we are on
I
the
mean,
fly.
we're on the wall. It's just as long as you have a
Oh,
wall near you, we are fine. That's all. That's all. That's all you need. As long as there's a wall near you, you're fine. Even a ceiling is fine.
yeah, that's it. But okay, so I have a question for everyone on the podcast. I mean, I can see we've hit an hour, 7 minutes. What the heck were we talking about?
Yes, Lawrence.
We went from cheese and we ended up talking about AI.
Right.
AI. Oh, speaking of which, okay. Does any of you see any advantages and disadvantages to AI?
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
I think we all have seen that.
yeah. I think it's a.
Okay, okay.
Yes, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I think the point I made earlier was, uh, country AI needs to be regulated closely so it
thank
doesn't
you.
harm. But countries like China and Russia, I don't know if they would show. I don't know if they would show the same restraint, especially Putin. Like, you know, misinformation trying to interfere with our elections for one thing in the U.S. But it's also just what the world's
Yeah,
changing very fast, and because there's because of just China's not doing well economically, and so what do strongmen do when they're not doing well economically? They go to war to just distract from their internal issues. And so I think the world will change fast and very quickly, and it will hit us like a truck.
okay, so do you see more disadvantages than advantages?
Absolutely. I see that that AI is actually becoming a people's the way they're using it in the wrong part only. You will see people are using in a good way, but
Okay,
the using of AI in a beneficial way is much lesser compared to the harmful way. Whether you can talk about the ads, see before as we know, Google is to trace all what we want. Even if we talk about one mobile phone, yes, our company, it will show the
okay,
ads. And
yeah,
right now, if you even say some like even if you just type one word, based on that word only, AI can actually trace what you are what you are looking for and what you have looked in the past. It will show all those things.
yeah,
And what is happening right now, even like you can't even use you have to keep a lock on the apps, because before you have the rights and you can choose the privacy things. right now, in many apps, AI is becoming a self, like what do you say, the automated uh, agreement that you have to take the AI, you have to give your
Yes.
information to the AI, and you cannot just refuse it.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. AI has really become something very serious. I mean, last time I checked my Google messages, I mean, they do have a new AI on it, Gemini. Don't know if you guys
Mm.
checked.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's just everywhere. Really trying its best to mimic human behavior.
Right.
Lawrence, have you heard about the AI where I saw, I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw a video where researchers were, because there's limits to AI because of how much resources it takes up. So they like in a lab they had these like artificial brains they grew, and then they attached, then they use, I don't know. They attach that to AI, or they use that.
Uh
I
huh.
don't remember what it was. Like instead of like it's like a instead of artificial AI intelligence, more like biological art intelligence. I don't know. Let me look, but I remember seeing that somewhere.
Okay, so I bet you're trying to talk about transmutation, AI, and biological living life, you know?
Yeah.
Uh huh. So if we go deep, I mean, we're not yet legally allowed to start testing such experiments, but I mean, this is the world, so it must be happening somewhere under the books. I'd be surprised.
This is awesome. I'm just riveted by the conversation right now. And there's
Okay.
one thing I want to also bring the topic to you. I know Lawrence, you've not heard the topic of the day. I don't know if you heard it when I said it before. It's cheese, from cheese to space travel, from cheese to space travel. Okay, and
Wait, from cheese
cheese
to what?
to space travel.
To space travel. Cheese to space travel. Makes
Yes.
some sense.
Yep. We know that cheese has helped us to eat. Cheese has helped us to go to the moon because the moon kind of looked like cheese. Early graphics about going to space was like a rocket launching and hitting a pie, a moon pie or something like that in the face that had the
Okay.
eyeballs. So early videography, early movies had a rocket hitting a pie to explain the sense of awe that when you get there, you might gain something that you might enjoy to eat. Because what is the best
Okay.
and easiest way to a man's heart if not food? And cheese has played a very big role in helping people eat a lot throughout the years. Now, we had a guest
Okay.
online
That
earlier.
I'll agree with.
Yeah, we had a guest online earlier, Miss Ife. She's from Nigeria and she lives in Abuja. And she was on the other spectrum of liking cheese. She absolutely abhorred cheese. Like, as a matter of fact, she went on to say that cheese should not exist. So I want you to tell me what you know about cheese. What are your own feelings about cheese? Are you as triggered as Miss Ife gets about cheese? Let me know what you think.
Okay, so cheese, first of all, like we all know, dairy product comes in from milk. I love milk. We all do. Um, but we should consider the fact that for most people I have met in Zambia who didn't really like cheese was all for one reason. They were lactose intolerant.
Mm.
So I hope Miss Efe is not. But whatever she has against cheese, I mean, come on, it's food. Um it's really been like modernized and made to become a part of our culture, regardless of where you come from. We are all connected by cheese, you know.
Mm.
We are all connected by cheese, you say. I
Well,
like
actually,
that.
Yes.
wait, Lawrence, we are connected by cheese,
Yeah.
because when Eddie was talking about from cheese to the moon, I believe that what we do, or it's like there's a Bible verse that says he who can be trusted with little can be trusted with much. He who cannot be trusted with little cannot be trusted with much. And so it's like little habits. You know how people have habits, and if they have bad habits, you know, when they if they it's when they when
Okay.
they try to do something big, their their character flaws and they're they're not ready for to go to the moon. You know, if you can't, if you, I guess maybe what the thought I just had was, if you can't, if you can't handle small things like cheese, um, or like being having or procrastinating or what you or resources you've been given, then how can you go to the moon? You know.
Uh-huh.
You are absolutely right. I think you are
Okay.
absolutely right.
Okay.
You
I
see,
see
like
what you're
every
saying.
country, I think every
To be
country they have
honest,
their own
yeah,
cheese. Yes, like whether it's about
yeah,
Nigeria, US, Switzerland, India. Yes, every country has a cheese. You know that
yes.
actually brings back to the ancient part where the cheese was first made. So I think yes, is Carlos actually right? Is absolutely right. Cheese does connect to all of us together. And guys, I will have to leave. So I apologies for my end. I won't be able to continue right now. I'll connect some other time. And let me just end with a note. Like just like the cheese,
Okay.
how the cheese is being made. Yes, the cheese holds you see. The life does make a resemblance of that part also. So thank you so much, Eddie. Thank you, Carlos, and thank you, Lawrence. I'm
Nice
honored to
one.
meet you all here. It's been a wonderful meeting here.
This
Hope
has been
to see you soon
awesome.
again.
Thank you for
Maybe
being here, Dr.
Man,
soon
long
enough,
time seeing you. I hope I see more of
swimming
you.
buddies.
Bye, Dr. Maddie,
Yeah,
and
Ukraine
I'm gonna
still
head
lives
out
in
too.
us.
But thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you, Doctor. I'm gonna head out, but thank you for having me.
Yes, I
Thank
appreciate you
you.
all for
Those are
being
the
on the
happy.
show for today. This has been a magnificent show. You guys made it so informative. I want you guys
I
to go
never
ahead
said this. I love you guys.
yes, Lawrence is a normally he's a
We love
repeated
you too, man.
he's a repeated guest on the show. So I'm very weird. I'm very worried at how late he was today. So I understand that a lot of things were going on, and I apologize for him being late. But thank you guys for all being on the show and joining me. This has been
Mudassar,
marvelous comprehension.
Thank you so much. And
Stay
tell
safe,
everyone say
everyone.
like
God bless.
I'm gonna make some cheese food only.
I'm gonna do some cheese too.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I really
Okay, man.
appreciate
Bye.
you.
Okay. You take care,
Bye,
bro.
All
Lawrence.
right.
Take care. Pleased to meet you
Okay.
again. Bye, Eddie.
Nice to meet
Likewise.
you too, bro. Dopo bachenya.
To
Double
побачення.
back.
Dopo bachenya.
Я дуже скучаю мої брати із
We bump
України.
to try you, bump to try you.
Слава Україна! Завжди слава Україна!
Slava Ukraina,
Героям
you're
слава.
Slava.
Дуже радий
You're
вас
Slava.
побачити.
О, я дуже радий. Я не хочу плакати. Добре, давай, до побачення.
Аж хочеться плакати.
До
Так давно
зустрічі.
всі не побачились.
Типа не плачь. Lawrence, you are
Brings back
flying.
memories, doesn't it?
Yes, brings back so much memories. So beautiful. So, Lawrence, you are the only one on the show now, and I'm about to wrap up. I'll
Okay.
give you a call in a few minutes. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been amazing. Even though all the way from Lusaka, Zambia, you were able to join us, and we were able to have this show. This has been amazing beyond all reasonable doubt. I want to thank each and every one of you who has been on the show today, who has come in to join us from all over the world, who watched this, even all the weird ghosts that my phone keep panning to. So thank you all for joining us. It's been amazing. Thank you. We're going to end the stream now, all right?
Okay.
You want to say
Take
something,
care,
Lawrence?
everyone.
Wait, hold it, Lawrence. How can they
Yeah.
reach you?
Okay, so Eddie, you do have my Instagram, don't you?
I do, but can you tell me what it is? Then put
Entity.
it.
Okay, so you can just type in Entity Swiss. You will see me right there. You can reach me on Instagram. It's much faster. So Entity Swiss. Just enter in Entity Swiss, and you will see it. If not, just check the tags on Edward's page. I'm definitely there.
All right. Yes, go to my page, look for Entity Series on my friends and Instagram. My own is EDDY number 4SHOT_studios. I put it in the chat, so please check the chat. You'll see somewhere. And I want to really appreciate you guys for coming out and joining us. Someone is live with us. I really appreciate you for joining us, but I do have to run to the post office real quick. Thank you guys. Hey, check out the time. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. How cool is that? Can you guys see? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
In fact,
Time to go.
Edward,
Bye, guys.
I'm about to ask you for something.
On live.
Okay.
All right. See you
Nice.
later.
Nice.